Hello and welcome to the 2023 Heart Men's Soccer Media Day. I'm your host, Eric Bergerud, color commentator with the Kansas City Comets of the Major Arena Soccer League. Today, we are delighted to be joined by Mount Mercy University head coach Amir Hadžić and Ivano Carrieri. Coach, this is year 29 for you as a leader of the Mount Mercy men's soccer program. How much are you looking forward to leading this group?
Well, it's hard to believe. It's 29th year, it's went so quickly for me, like yesterday I was Ivano's age, and coming, from war-torn country, Bosnia, and starting my life, completely anew, here in the United States. And the next thing you know, you are a veteran coach. We had a conference meeting, conference meeting, in Olathe recently, and it was amazing to see. I was one of the youngest coaches. Now I'm kind of one of the elders or kind of leaders, and they gracefully, offered me both positions to be conference chair and rater this year. So it will be additional duties, in addition to coaching, obviously, our team. I'm very excited. We have a new group of players. I think many teams in a heart experienced that with that extra COVID year, and as a result, last year we graduated 19 seniors. I was very happy and excited and proud, to graduate 19 kids and push them through, but we also knew that means that we need to kind of go on recruiting trail and bring some new players. So, it's 35 new guys, pretty much new slate. It's exciting, and they bring lots of energy, to this preseason camp.
So tell us about Ivano and what he means to the team.
Yeah, Ivano has an interesting story. He's obviously from Italy originally, but I think part of his family is from Croatia as well. So very close, to where I grew up and everything else. And Ivano was first couple of years of his collegiate career at Georgia Gwinnett, down in Atlanta, in Georgia. And after second year, he took a semester off for personal reasons. And somehow, during that period, he decided he will talk about that more, obviously, not to go back. And he was kind of exploring options, and our paths somehow crossed. And it was enough to have one great Zoom conversation and talk to Ivano that he said, "Coach, I'm coming." So last spring, Ivano joined the team, and what was obvious to me right away was his personality, his leadership skills. Even though it was brand new team, he right away stepped there. I was very pleased with that kind of first half, non-season, kind of having Ivano on team. And obviously with this many new guys, we were looking for new team leaders, and Ivano fits that profile perfectly.
So let me ask you, Ivano, how excited are you to begin this season with the returning and your new teammates?
Yes, I'm really excited first because it's been almost a year that I've not been playing a soccer season. So that might be a reason to confirm what I've done at Georgia Gwinnett. And so we are so excited to see how this new brand team is gonna perform. And yeah, we're excited about that.
So how has being a student athlete helped you grow personally throughout your college soccer career?
So basically being far away from home, that's of course a difficult thing, but it helps you grow up, become a man, and explore new things, of course, learn things about new countries, new cultures. And of course, living in a new country is not easy, but it helps you to form as a person, and of course as a teammate, and for the work environment in the future,
So one more question. What is one word that you would use to describe your team going into this fall season?
So what would be
well, probably everybody would pick, a different word.
Yes.
I would say intensity, because for us, we had a very well established team that players stayed for 4 or 5 years together, Eric. And then over the sudden, it's something new, So I kind of learned having those 50-year seniors was blessing in a way that they knew what to do, and you kind of just kind of putting pieces together. But on the other hand, I that fifth year, you don't see as much intensity, or not to bash on those seniors. They had wonderful careers, but I think this new group, and they realize everything is wide open, every position, they want to prove themselves. So they bring so much intensity to each practice, these first couple of days, that I was really impressed the most with that.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I would say
go ahead.
exciting, because everybody, as the coach said, wants to earn their spot in the team and on the field. So basically, like, everybody's working out, is everything, is going in the right direction. So I'm really excited to see what's going on like this season.
So Coach, the Hart had 4 teams qualify for the NAIA national tournament last year. What does that tell you about the level of competition you face each week in the Hart?
It's really difficult to describe. We in the peak weeks, we would have even 6, ranked in top 25, and we know how good soccer is on NAIA level. So, to be part of arguably the best conference, in a nation is amazing. It's constant grind. There are no weak opponents. I know you see lots of games of Hart, and you saw lots of games at Park, and if you think that Park is such a great team and they end up in our conference 9th, it's kind of surreal feeling, One would think, oh, it's 9th team, but go and play Park and you will see how good they are. We had cases where Grandview, for example, a few years back was 6th in our league, and they ended up in national semifinals. They just get a hot string and everything else. And you could particularly see that during the tournament, in which, you play number 8 versus number 1 or 7-2. We were number 8 last year. We went to Central Methodist, defending national champion, and had a lead till like 83rd minute and conceded goal, and it went to double overtime and we lost, but that tells you how close everything is. So, I think this year, particularly because many teams will have either new coaches or new lineups entirely, it brings new excitement, but I think it leveled the playing field, and it's anybody's game at this point.
So a different kind of question for you, Coach. Mount Mercy is nestled in a pretty large city in Cedar Rapids. How much does it help recruiting when you have so much to do in town there?
I think it's a big, especially in this age where we see schools closing, for example, which is really kind of concerning trend. We had one school near us, Iowa Wesleyan, that just kind of closed several months back. A shocker for me was, Cardinal Stritch, which always was very strong, NAIA institution. So, being in a urban area, having airport, for example, or places that kids could go or you could take them, helps definitely. I think we are positioned well also because we diversified a little bit. We were one of the first schools that started with graduate programs and online programs. So, when one area of college or university is struggling a little bit with numbers or enrollment, the other one picks up. So we are able to kind of balance that pretty nicely in our conference. So I think guys are surprised, especially transfer students, because often they come from places they like Riyad Osmankovic, our GA, played for Baker, and he said, Coach, atmosphere and team is similar, but I lived in Baldwin City, and then compared to Cedar Rapids, this is huge city for me and stuff like that. I think we are just perfect size, for a collegiate student athlete to do things, but also to focus on their studies as well.
So Ivano, there are going to be fans all across the Hart coming to Mount Mercy to follow their teams. Do you have any favorite restaurants or places to eat near the campus that you can recommend?
To be honest, I don't have a favorite restaurant, but my favorite food is from Panda Express. So basically, if I have to eat something special during the week, like, of course, I'm gonna eat over there. Yeah.
So, Ivano would be particularly critical about Italian cuisine here, American Italian, But we in Cedar Rapids is pretty good because we have chain restaurants, but also some really privately owned restaurants. And we are fortunate enough that we have Iowa City just 25 miles for us. And Iowa City, as a big University of Iowa, is there with 45,000 students. They are particularly well developed in terms of restaurants and cuisine. So we try sometimes to take our guys there and see what they like. Of course, if we want to go for sushi and we have 5 Japanese players in our team. They don't think that's sushi, you know. So,
So final question, Coach. One amazing fact contained in your bio is that more than 25 of your former players have gone on to serve as head men's soccer coaches over these last 29 years. How much does that mean to you that your players have gone on to grow and teach the game?
I think, you know, that's my kind of part of my coaching philosophy. You know, oftentimes when I talk to recruits and their parents, you know, they would say, what's so special? You know, what do you bring that others don't? And I really cherish that relationship that I have with our players and team year after year after year, and follow their lives, you know, afterwards, or help them out succeed, you know, on a different levels. And seeing, you know, some of those guys giving back to soccer as a sport and giving back to their communities is one of my biggest achievements. You know, you could win national titles, or you could be in a Hall of Fame or whatnot, you know. Recently, you know, they named stadium after me. I didn't take it as I took it as, hey, they recognize soccer actually as a sport. This is great. And also it's testament about all those generations and that we did something good for, you know, and I take big pride in that.
Coach Ivanov, thank you for your time and best of luck this season.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Eric. And it will be firecrackers, you know, all fall coming up.